Yes, it's a very popular open source operating system, which is really available there. Uh, it all gets started. I mean, Unix is an older version and Linux is the latest version. So the Unix really gets started in 1969, right? And it was the first like an operating system available in this particular space. Of course, Mac OS and Windows are also there, right? So it doesn't mean that Unix and Linux is the only operating systems. We have those platforms also. But again, the thing is that these platforms are really going to help us to understand that how the implementations are really going to work. And then we can have a kind of a better clarity, like a better setup is what we will be able to drive here. So we of course going to have a high level of things like how the different level of implementations are really going to be generated here. So a couple of things we have to talk about. We have to see like how the different changes are going to be given here. So that's a very important. When we talk about the official version, so it was launched in 1971, right? And someone also specified it up completely correct that the whole source code is written up in the C programming language, and till now also it's in the same stuff there. So it was the programming language because at that time this was the only programming language which was present, and this is also a lot of a primary reason because I was talking about that stuff, right? That uh, the initial version of C was only limited to this kind of in CLI, the command line interfaces there, right? So we were not having much flexibility on doing the thing. So that's why it's like, we went on and we covered up those kind of an aspects there, right? And we of course had different flavors of Linux like CentOS, Fedora, Red Hat, Ubuntu, like different platforms are really going to be present over here in this one. So we have this kind of and stuff, this kind of an functionality which is really going to be helping out, and we can take care of those kind of an like a stuff here, right? So Linux is something which is really going to help me and doing those things and doing the implementations in a standard way. Now coming back to a very important question, is Linux purely kind of a command line? No, it's not like that. Nowadays we do get an options, right? For example, if you go for CentOS, Fedora, Red Hat, Ubuntu, whatever the different flavor of Linux you go, you get a GUI interface also. There's a graphical user interface also, which is really going to be present, using which we can go and we can create some graphs, we can create some diagrams, we can like perform different level of implementations. That's what we are going to perform, and we are going to consider here, because again using these we are going to see like how the implementations are really going to be working here, right? So it's a very important stuff. It's a very important aspect, like how the things are going to be working up, and we are going to get those kind of implementations here. So that's a way, that's a standard way that how the things are going to be generated, and we can take care of those functionalities here, right? Now Linux is everywhere, in your mobile phones, into your laptops, into your into your Androids, iPhones, whatever the platform you wish, like you talk about, you are going to have Linux really available there. You have these components present, and whatever the ways we wish, like we wanted to utilize, we have those functionalities and those options running down there. So it's completely up to us, like how you wanted to use, because majority of the servers, majority of the environment, Linux is used. What's the reason behind that? The reason is very simple. See, we need to understand that the the other operating systems like Mac OS or Windows, they are expensive. They are like a license which you have to pay, for those kind of an operating system. So they are like a little bit expensive, and we are like going to have those kind of an modifications here. So definitely that's why like it's important for us to see like how the implementations are really going to be generated here. So we have that plan form, we have that plan, so that we can see that how these things are going to be generated here. So we will be talking about Linux, and we will be learning through the Linux commands and all that stuff here. So From my side, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to share some documents with you, and we are going to cover some very common Linux commands, around 20 to 30 commands, Linux commands we are going to cover. We are also going to cover the shell scripting aspect, so that we need to understand that these all concepts are very important because they really helps us to understand that how we can interact with the Linux, right? Because as a DevOps engineer, you and me, we are not going to work as a kind of an hardcore Linux administrator. Certain understanding certain concepts we should be aware of the Linux, but it's not every concept we should be aware of Linux as such here. So that's very important stuff which we have to take care in over here in this one, that we have to see like how these things are going to be done, going to be performed, and then we can take care of those implementations here. So so here we are going to use a common platform. So let's see. I'm just sharing the link with everyone. Questions? Okay. So first of all is the PDF file. Now this PDF file is very important. I'm going to talk about this during the shell scripting concept after 1 or 2 days, but please go ahead and download this. Then top 50 Linux commands. Right. So we have all these things. We have all these kind of mechanisms using which we are going to see that how these things goes by here. So that's the kind of an important stuff here. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and talk about the concepts.
Anuj, can you email this file to me, because if this link is not opening on my laptop, you can simply email it to me.
See, emails are not possible. I can put it up on the LMS.
Okay.
I can store it up on the LMS. 1 second. Or should I give a drive link?
Mm, Actually, here I'm opening this link, but it's blocked on my. Shall I share my screen?
No, I got that part there. So let me attach the document directly to you.
Okay.
What is the PDF attachment, Amish?
Sorry, what is that?
PDF attachment,
Same.
same as the.
Yeah, that is shell scripting one.
Okay. Then you can attach this as well.
Everyone is able to download the document now?
So here I
Yes,
have
sir.
opened Learnbay, lms.learnbay.co. I went into class
No, no,
records.
I have already attached the document in the chat window.
Okay.
Yeah, Anuj,
I
we are
can
able
down,
to see the doc.
yeah, I can download PDF from JIT and directly the document directly from the chat.
Oh yes, I
Because
can see.
yes, I have
Download
directly shared the documents now, so it should be fine there with everyone. Because if you have direct links, direct documents, so that would be great. Perfect, fantastic. So, I mean, like, I have shared top 50 Linux commands, right? Some of these commands, important ones, and the latest ones, we will be like going through that. We will like run those commands there. And there are some commands which we don't use frequently, right? So we will not cover those things there. Yes, the idea is because see, Linux is technically very vast, and we have 10 hours, like Monday to Friday there. So not everything is really going to be covered there, but we don't need to do that also, because like I told you that over here we have to really see that how these concepts are really going to work for us. I mean, like, all we have to do is like we have to understand that how the implementations and the understandings are really going to be driven over here in this one. So that's a very important aspect over here. So here also what we are going to do is like we are going to see that how the setups are really going to be generated, and we can take care of those kind of functionalities here. So that's an important stuff which we have to follow here. So see here, going to open the document. Perfect. Now, where we are going to run this Linux commands? See, um, you will be like learning about the cloud a lot there in future, where you specifically going to see about the cloud platforms and all that stuff. So we will like take care of those kind of an implementations, because technically it's going to help us to see like how the implementations are really going to be driven here, right? And again, we have to talk about various aspects, like various terminologies, like how the things are practically going to be driven, and we can have those kind of an options here. So a lot of stuff we have to think of, and we have to touch base to get those kind of values here. So let's try to set up the environment first, and then we will be like going out with the commands executions, and we will see like how the different environments are going to be working up here. So how many of you guys are having the like a Linux subsystem configured into your end at your laptop here?
I have done that. Hello?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I have done that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just checking in the chat window. So guys, everyone, let's quickly have a confirmation in the chat window. Whoever is done with the particular Linux subsystem. Those who are using Mac, it's fine. They don't have to like worry about that. Even if you have any kind of a Linux machine access, so that's also like something which is perfectly fine. We don't have to worry about that there. So Ubuntu subsystem or Linux machine. So anything if it's available, that's more than sufficient for us.
Yeah, hi Anuj. I wanted to ask whether in the Mac should we have to configure anything extra, or is it ready? Like you can open terminal and all the commands will be same for the Mac
Yes,
also.
it will all work there. Why, guys? It's
Oh,
going to work in the case of Mac operating system, because Mac operating system is also a Linux-based operating system. So
Oh, okay.
iOS, Android, Mac, they are like having the Linux in behind. So if you just
Okay.
open the terminal in Mac operating system and run the commands, it will work
That would.
there.
Okay. Fine. Thanks.
Right. So shell scripting also you can go and you can work it out in the same manner. So guys, you either have a virtual machine on a cloud on AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, or you have a virtual machine running into your local machine, or you have Ubuntu subsystem. In all these situations, or Mac operating system, in all these situations, you are going to have your commands working. You will not see any kind of an constraint or issues as such in that case, in that scenario. So it's really going to help you to see like how the things are going to be driven, and we are going to get those kind of in functionalities here. So that's the standard way. That's the kind of an approach which we have to follow it up here. So we are going to definitely go and take care of those functionalities here. All right, great. So what we have to do, we have to use the Ubuntu subsystem. A great feature in Windows that you don't have to rely on any kind of an third party tools, any kind of an another environment. We can pretty much go and like take care of the implementations and setups here. So Ubuntu subsystem is what you're going to search over here, right? It's a kind of a platform which is really going to be utilized. I mean, it's perfectly fine. We just need a Linux. Whatever the platform you have with you, it's all perfect there, and we can just simply go and utilize that part. So WSL or the subsystem, it's all the same thing. So ultimately my Linux platform should be coming up here.
Anuj, actually, I'm unable to download. Maybe on my laptop, some issue is there. So, can you just email that document to me?
See, I'll
Um, I'm
mm,
sorry, but I'm
mm.
personally requesting you because I'm not able to access the commands
Can
PDF
you
files.
share me your email ID personal?
Yeah, sure. Uh, I'll go to everyone.
Everyone, let's quickly access the subsystem or whatever the platform you wish, like you wanted to go. So everyone, let's quickly do that.
I have selected you to into.
Hmm.
So, can you see?
Okay, sent.
Okay. So, you can keep both the email ID together. I'll get both on official as well as on personal email ID.
I've sent on both.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So we will be like just side by side, guys. Please open the document also with you, because we are just going to follow that same document, and we are going to see like how this is really going to be followed here. So we are going to see like how these things really gets implemented there. So let's quickly do that. Now, what is the first command? The first command over here is the tar command. What is the purpose of the tar command? So tar command is basically used to, to archive the things. I mean, like it's used to create an archive here. Like in case of Windows, normally how you archive the files, you create a zip file, right? You create a RAR file. That's a very kind of in standard format which is available there. So similarly here also what we are going to do is like we are going to see that how the implementations are really going to be working up here. I mean, like we will be able to take care of those functionalities. So tar command is primarily going to be used for that purpose here. So step by step, we will be like going up, and we are going to see that how these implementations are really going to be addressed, and we can take care of those kind of like a setup here. So that's the high level of implementation which we are going to consider, so that we will be able to get those values, those kind of setups here. So that's the ultimate goal which we have to follow it up here. Now, the thing is that when we are going to talk about the tar command here, so we are going to see that how the implementations are really going to be generated here. That's the important stuff which we have to like consider over here, right? So that's the like a part which we have to utilized. So now again, in case of Linux, yes, zip file also works there. So it's not like zip file will not work for you. It's also like going to work, but again, what happens is like tar is a kind of a Linux friendly or Linux based platform, and we can definitely go and utilize that kind of an options over here in this one, so that we will be able to see that how these implementations are really going to be performed, and it's going to be achieved here. So that's the important things which we have to consider here. So let's see. But for that, we have to go to a specific directory. For a safer side, to avoid any kind of an permission issue, so I have to like go and connect as a root user. It's a standard command, sudo su hyphen. So sudo is like someone which is really going to help you to get connected as a root user. So you will be able to get that kind of an like functionality here. So definitely that's one thing which we will be able to perform, and we will be able to get those kind of in like a setup here. So definitely that's the kind of in core functionality which we will be able to generate it up over here in this one. So that's the thing here.
You have launched this command line. Sorry. So may I know how you have launched it? I mean, you said you have downloaded Ubuntu something like. I mean,
uh what exactly you saying about downloading the
I mean, I didn't get. I mean, the command line that you have opened the terminal that you are working on. This is the uh, one you had downloaded Git Bash, and
no,
this
I
is
have
one
not
of
downloaded the git bash, but you have your office laptop, right? The TCS laptop.
yeah.
So a lot of these things may not work for you. So which platform you're like expecting? Like, are you planning to connect to the virtual machine, or you're planning to use the Git Bash?
It's a virtual machine.
Virtual machine, then it's fine.
Yeah, I would request if you can, if you also work on AWS, then it's better for us to grab. I mean,
We have everyone have different environment. Someone will not have the AWS account, so they need this one reference there. I personally don't have my AWS account working there. It's like like suspended there. I have to get a new account there. So it's totally fine, because the commands which I'm going to run, it doesn't really matter which platform we run. It's a very generic one.
okay. No, that's okay. I mean, command line. I mean, I'm just saying because it will be easier for it, for us to. I mean, we will become a little confident in opening AWS and working on it. So that's why I asked. Okay,
That's
no
okay.
worries.
During
Yeah.
DevOps, see, ultimately we will be doing on AWS only. So right now it's like a good thing that you're like running the command on AWS. I'm running it on my local machine. Someone else is running on some different platform. At least it's getting clear to you that like the platform doesn't really matter, because it's a very important stuff here that like what some of you guys are using Mac operating system. So on Mac operating system also they are able to run the commands. I'm also able to run the commands over here. You're also able to run the commands over here. So you can see like we have such a variety there, but the way that how we interact with the Linux is almost the same. So that's a good thing to like to visualize there. So command wise, you don't have to worry about, because I'm going to run each and every commands from a scratch. So the files creations and all that stuff we will be creating up from scratch only. So don't worry about that stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so login. Now, those who are working up in a Mac operating system, see sudo su hyphen will work for you also, right? Because you guys also have to go and connect as a root user, right? And when you connect as a root user, so you can provide your system password, and you will get authenticated there. So, but if even if you don't have the root,
वकील भाई ये जूम मीटिंग इसकी बार बार डिस्कनेक्ट हो जा रही है स्क्रीन पे, ये जो मैंने शेयर किया है वो
Guys,
अपडेट।
please mute yourself when you are not asking the question. So Neeraj, can you please mute yourself? We are getting a lot of background noise. So everyone, please make sure that when you once you're done with the question, you just mute yourself once again there, because this session is getting recorded, so it's going to be very difficult there. So Ashish and Sinoy, I can see your hands are raised. So like if you have any kind of doubts or questions, you can speak up.
So earlier you have asked that whoever set up their
Your voice
Unix,
is
so
cracking.
that's what I. Is it audible now?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Now earlier you have asked for whoever have already set up their Unix, so that's why I asked. I have
Oh,
raised
okay.
my.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, sorry for that. Okay, I've lowered down your hands, so in case you have any questions, you can raise it up once again. Right? Perfect. So let's see. The first command is the tar command. Now, what is a tar command? Tar command is a Linux equivalent, or you can say like Linux friendly archive format. We do have a zip file also available there. We can go and use that also. In Linux, both the zip and tar is there. But again, like I frequently use the tar command because that's a standard command there. And of course, the default command, and it gives me a functionality and a flexibility that how the things are really going to be working up here. So that's an important stuff. That's like something which is going to be driven here. So what practically we are going to do is like we are going to see that how the things are really going to be working up here. So we are going to create some couple of files, and we are definitely going to see like how the things are really going to be like generated here. So just focus on my screen. I'm just going to run 2 3 commands only maximum. Pause my screen so that you guys can also do it up, ask the questions about that, get the issues rectified. So that's how we are going to run this whole drive there, because I don't want like 20 30 commands covered up in the session and then you like go back and replicate those and have the doubts there. So parallelly keep on executing the commands with me, right? Wherever you feel like the command is not understood to you, you want a kind of an understanding once again, we will repeat that command once again with you guys. So that's how we are going to run this particular whole drill here. Let's see the command one by one. The very first command is touch command. Touch readme.txt. Every file in Linux, like I talked about, that it's basically a kind of an like a file only, right? So it's a file only, like we don't have any kind of an extensions mattered over here. So when I say like touch readme.txt, so it's basically a kind of an text file, like a readme file, which is available there, right? We can go and we can utilize that. Now touch command is going to be used to create a dummy file, like something which we can say as a kind of an empty file over here. So dummy empty file is what we go and we create it up with the help of touch command. After that, what we have an echo command there. So with the help of echo command, what we are doing is like we are going up and we are creating up a particular document. So this is a kind of an indirect way of creating the file. We do have a lot of text editor using which we can go and we can create the file here, but pretty much using the echo commands over here, we are going to see that how we are going to go ahead and we are going to redirect the value to a specific text file here. So document.txt is a kind of a text file which is available there, and we can definitely go and see that how this file is going to be used, is going to be referenced here. So using the echo commands, we are going to consider those kind of possibilities here. So that's one of the aspect which is really going to be working up, and we can take care of those things here. And again, when you do the cat command, so you can see like what is the purpose of cat command. So cat command is used to see the content of the file, because if you have created a command, a file with a touch command, so you will have a zero content over there. You will not see any content over here in this one. So that's why when you run the cat readme.txt, there is no content available over there. But the moment you go and like see or run the command cat document.txt, you can see like the content is pretty much available over there, and we can see those kind of like a possibilities here. So that's also kind of an option which we have to follow, and we have to take care of those kind of like options here. So this is the practical things that how things are
Uh,
going to be working up there, so that we will be able to perform. Because file creations can be done in a number of ways. Like these are the two ways which I have shown you over here. In using the touch command, empty 0 byte, like there is no content in that file. So that's why when I'm running the cat command, so there is like empty content which is coming there. I'm using a simple echo command, because what is the purpose of echo? Echo command will show me the output on the console, right? But again, if I use this redirector symbol over here, so with this, what will happen that the document.txt file will have a content. I will be able to have a content stored in the document.txt file over here in this one. So that's the kind of an implementation which we will be able to from here. So this is a level of execution which we consider here.
And what is happening with this cat v? Is it listing the file starts with three? I
I
mean,
mean, like,
are we-
it's a common thing when I say like cat re, like I'm giving a partial name and doing a tab. So there are two files, so it's saying that which file to go. Because again, it's like whether you wanted to go for README or you wanted to go for release. So it's a interface. It's a Linux feature that when you give the partial name, so it's try to give you the like matching names as an option that which one you really wanted to go. Just to an easy interface for you to select those things.
okay, we should not enter, right? We should press the tab, right?
No enter,
Because
because it's not a GUI, it's a
yeah,
CLI.
yeah, yeah. Okay, that's not enough. I mean, I entered. I mean, I pressed the enter key, didn't get anywhere. Okay,
Yes.
got it. Thank you. Okay.
So Anuj, if I have to add a content, for example, already there is a file. First time I'll put like cat XYZ. So it will create a file name XYZ, right?
Mhm.
And when I type cat XYZ once again, then it will show the content in that file.
Yes.
Am I right? And if I mean the first time if you'll type any name, it will create that file with that name. And if that name is already existing, then it will show the content, right?
Yes, that's what it's happening in the front of the screen.
Okay. But if I have to add further content, I mean, it is
That's a
showing the, yeah,
that's a different thing. So we'll do it up step by step there. So
yeah, there I'm missing. I mean,
yeah,
So the touch is used to create dummy files, right?
empty file. Yes.
Empty files, and cat is used to create files.
That is used to list the content of the file. When you wanted to see like what exactly is the content of your file, so you have the cat command. In
Yeah.
a Windows machine, what you do is like you open the file with the notepad, right? But again, when you talk about Linux, it's a command line, so you have to like go and run the cat command to list the content, and then that's how it's going to be.
If the file is not created, if we write cat and write any name, the file will be created, right? Or it will show an error.
Yeah, yes, yeah, yeah. So it's like uh, if the file is not present and you try to run the cat command, so it will fail for you. But again, if you are like working up in the things and you have the proper values, so that's how it's like going to give you the response differently also.
And you said about, I mean, you talked about the GLI, something like that. What is that? Can you explain me on that?
Your voice is not clear actually. A lot of echo is there.
Okay, I'm using Bluetooth headphone. That's what. Okay. Is it audible now? Hello.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, you were saying about GLI, something that. Can
Command line interface,
oh,
CLI
that is
here.
CLI.
CLI, yes, yes, because you are trying to run the commands over here. So it's called as a command line interface. You also have a GUI interface, which is graphical user interface. And the graphical user interface is something which is where we are going to go and we are going to have an access to the GUI. So, it's like called upon like that.
Okay, okay, yeah. Okay, I heard something. Yeah, actually, I'm aware of that. Yeah, I heard something. Fine, thank you.
Yeah, try to get rid of the Bluetooth, the, microphones. Maybe that's causing the trouble for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, Anuj.
Yep.
Yeah, with the help of echo command, we are creating file and adding a content at one go, right? With
Exactly. Because in this command, not only you are like adding the content to the file, but you're also going up and creating the file over here. Like a kind of a new file creation is what we are trying to do here. So that's also happening over here in a single shot.
okay, and with cat re, we are able to see whatever the files in the system, right?
Exactly.
And with cat, we can only see the content in the file. We cannot edit, right?
Cat command is only to display the content. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Anuj, that cat RE then press enter or something, because when I press enter, it's showing no such file.
It's only going to work when you have the file existing there. If the file does not exist, this is going to fail for you. So, like maybe for you, it's like filling up at this moment of time there. So um, just double check that if you have that file present over there. If not, then that's a problem.
Because I trigger first the touch read me test, and then I put it cat RE. Then it showed no such file. But doc test that I am able to see.
Mhm.
So instead of we need to press enter, right? Cat RE then press enter, or
See, no, cat, and then we have to give the like this thing, the document name here. That's what we are going to do.
okay.
I'm also facing the same issue with the RE, which I'm just searching for the RE and there is no file available over there.
Yeah.
I have
No, see,
created
the thing is that no. See, the thing is that forget about this. Forget about this. Just try to run the other commands. Okay, so just go for the retouch command, ego command, cat commands, and then like let me know like if it's working fine for you or not. Don't go for the other values. Those are not required.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, that so that that greater than symbol is there, right? That echo and then adding content and then uh, arrow and then document, right?
Yes.
So like is it like redirection that echo will go to that or the after executing the command that will be redirected to the document.txt, right?
I'm repeating the commands once again, guys. So the first command is touch command. This command is really going to create a dummy file. The reason why we have the touch command there, because if the file does not exist, so 0 byte file is what we will be able to create with the help of touch command. That's one thing. Second thing is that I wanted to create a file with the content because touch file is there. Touch command is like really working up over here in this one. So we do have that stuff here. So what I did is like I ran a echo command, right, and echo some content, right. If you run simply this echo command, so what will happen that you will be able to get the output on the screen. That's like something which is going to be available here. But when you use this greater than symbol like this redirector symbol over here, so what you're trying to do is like you're trying to save the content. I mean the save the output of this command to the document.txt here. That's what we are going to try. We are going to perform over here in this one. So we are going to say that yes, echo, and then there is a kind of in this string value over here, and then we are going to redirect it up with the document.txt file here. So whatever the execution is there, whatever the output you're going to get with the echo command, it's going to be redirecting up with the document.txt here. That's one thing here,
Okay, sir.
right?
Yeah.
So two files we have created, one is readme.txt and one is the document.txt. So when you run the cat command on the readme.txt, you're not getting any content. Why? Because that file is a 0 byte file. So readme.txt is a 0 byte file, so we don't see any content over there. And then we have a document.txt file, because in document.txt we pretty much redirected up the output of a command. So that's why when you see the document.txt, you will be able to see a content called adding content over there. So that's the string value which is going to be present over here, so that we can see that how these implementations are really going to be working up here. So these are the common things. These are the actual values which is really going to be present here. And this is how we go and we create the files there. So both the options I have explained and I have given over here in this one to you.
Yeah, if you enter the full name, cat readme, then it's working. But if you enter just the
Forget
part,
about the cat rename now. So this is not the command. So this is not the command. So just forget about this.
okay.
Just
Okay,
put the
Anuj.
one running the other commands. That's it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we create the echo command, that time we need to add a double quotes.
Yes.
Okay. So is mandatory or is it just passing a string all there?
If it's not mandatory, I would have not given that parameter.
Okay.
So it's mandatory to give it up a string value, because string values may have a strings like some kind of an like a spaces and all those values there. So that's why it's important for us to give those values.
Echo command, I think it is used for printing names, like that. So here it is. We can also use this command to add contents in a certain file, right?
That's what it's happening over here.
Okay. And for example, already a file is existing with some lines in that, and if I'll have to add further content, then which command is good? Is the best command?
We are covering the concepts properly in a proper sequence. So you have to wait for that also for some time
Okay,
and
okay,
get ready to go.
okay, okay.
Now we have got the like two files here. So let's see how we can go and we can do some implementations. So I'm going to run some couple of commands once again to get a little bit more clarity on this one. These two files are there. Okay. First of all, we have a lsif and lrt command, right? So I'll explain you about this command also, like what is the purpose of this after this command. But as of now, simply you can say that this is a command using which we can go and we can list all the files and folders into my current directory, right? So that's one thing which is available there. Now, when we run that command, like when we execute that command over here, so here we are going to run some couple of commands. We are like executing some couple of commands over here in this one. So as you can see, like here, like we have echo. Like what is exactly this command here? So this command is like running echo and some content, right? I'm using a single greater than symbol, because this readme.x file was what? It was a 0 byte file. How you got to know that? Because again, you can see here that we were not having any content to this file, so that's why it was showing up as a 0 byte there. So we have added up, like using a single greater than symbol. I have went on and added the content over here. Then what I'm trying to do is, like, I'm trying to replace the content of the document.txt also, because that document was already having that txt file was already having the document, was already having the content. So using the greater than symbol, when I use that, so what really happened is, like, my uh, content of that file, of that document.txt file, is also going to be replaced. Like, you will be able to see that the content is kind of in really replaced over here, right? So when you run the kind of in like a cat command here, so you will be able to get that kind of an options. So here you can see, like, before appending the content, now using the double greater than symbol, what will happen that we will be able to append the like a content over here. So that's what we will be able to get it up over here in this one. So when you do that, so you will see, like, first you have got the replacing content to document. This is what it's got executed there, because it was using a single greater than symbol. The moment it's going to go and use the double greater than symbol, so what will happen that the content is going to be really appended over here. So you can see, like, this new content, this second line is going to be appended over here. So if you want to append to an existing file, then double greater than symbol is something which is like really going to be like performed there. All right, so that's what we can go and we can perform here to see, like, how these things are going to be generated, so that we will be able to get that kind of in like a setup here. So again, single greater than symbol is going to be used to redirect the output of a command to a particular file, but the double greater than symbol is something which is like really going to go and append the content of the command to a particular file. So that's how this is going to be utilized.
Anuj,
Yeah,
okay, you have merged two commands, cat document.text and echo. Okay,
yeah.
how exactly it works?
There is an ampersand symbol over there. So what I did is, like, I combined two commands. Like, if you want multiple commands to be like executed, like over here in this one. So one is like the cat command, and the second one is like you have the echo command there. So you can club the commands, and then we can definitely going to see, like, how these implementations are really going to be performed here. So sometimes it comes to a point where we have to run multiple commands in a single shot. So at that time, we have this ampersand symbol over here. We can go and we can utilize this to get multiple kind of in like commands created in a single shot there.
Okay, so in this case, first it appended the text, then it displayed the cat command, right?
Cat
That's what I
command will
can.
be executed first, and then the second command will be executed there.
Okay, okay, got it.
So Anuj, it's appending on the next line only, right? It's not. It's automatically it is added on the next line only. Something.
Yeah, I mean, like, append is going to be always in addition to the existing one only. Right? So whatever the content you have in the file, so on top of that only, like, you will be able to like, we will be able to get the new content added there. But again, the content is going to be appended up to the bottom. It's not like on the top or something like that. All right, everyone, let's quickly execute this. So double greater than symbol is the one using which we will be able to go ahead and we will be able to append the content of a file there. So whatever the content is there, so it's going to be appended over here. But again, it's going to be done towards the bottom. So that's how this is going to be done here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
What if we interchange? We first enter echo and then append the content, and then we write cat document.txt.
Yeah, try that at your end. You will yourself see the output which is going to be there. Because see, the thing is that if you use a single greater than symbol, what's really going to happen is that you will be ending up replacing your existing content of the file. So if you're trying to do the like double greater than symbol, so that's like something which is going to be append. But again, if you like go for a single one, that's always going to replace the content of the file, whether that file exists already there. If the file is existing up with a kind of an existing content, it will be simply gone and replaced there.
So, in a command, sorry, in a file, if I'll have to add content, then echo with single greater than will be used, and if I'll have to replace the content, then double greater than will be used. That is the only difference.
Yeah.
Here I can see you have when you have you did cat and the file name, then both the content it's displaying. So did it replaced or it's just added extra content?
See, follow the sequence of commands which I have executed there. Because when you follow the sequence of commands, like what exactly each and every command is doing, then you will be able to have a better understanding that what exactly it went on. So the first command I executed is nothing but I have replaced the content of the readme.txt file.
Okay.
Document.txt file was already having a content, but yes, what I did is like I went on and replaced the new content to that particular document.txt file over here. So whatever the content was already present, we got like a new content on top of that.
Okay.
Right. So we have created some kind of an uh, like we got like the multiple files now created over here. So more than one file is created over here. So what we can do is like we can go ahead and that how exactly the tar commands are going to be utilized, because using the tar command we are going to see like how the implementations are really going to be generated here, and we are going to get hold of those kind of an options. So that's definitely the way that how these things are going to be taken care here. So let's see how these possibilities are going to be performed, and then we are going to take care of those kind of an options here. So step by step we are going to take care of those kind of in like a values here. Now, what is the ls command? Ls command is going to list down all the files and folders which is going to be present over here, right? So we will be able to have that kind of in like setup. Now, ls command is going to list me like what are the different files and folders which is available there. So we will be having that part, because again using which we are going to see that how the things are going to be done. And when we talk about the the output here, because ls command when you're going to run, so you will be able to see the files in this kind of a format. So we are not getting much information that what you're trying to do, what you're trying to perform here. So we don't have like much information over here. But yes, technically, this is something which is really going to give me an information that how these things are really going to be working up here. So proper details is is not visible to me. Like what is the size when the like files were modified. So we don't have those details with me, and that's not there as such there. So we also have a command as in like ls hyphen l. That is also like something which is really going to be present here, because when you're going to do like ls hyphen l, so what will happen that you will be getting a long listing. So when we talk about long listing, so what exactly is this? So long listing is something where we are going to give some kind of an like detailed information over here. So we are providing a little bit detailed information what exactly we are trying to do here. For example, when I'm going to run the lsfnl, so we are getting the like permissions, we are getting the user details, group details, size, the timestamp when it's modified, the document name, the document details. You have all these options. These are kind of in functionalities which is really going to be present, and we're going to see that how these things goes by here. So that's also a kind of an the information we are going to get here. But right now there are some kind of an hidden files which might be present over here. We are not sure about that, so there might be like some kind of an hidden files present. So in order to access that, what we are going to do is like we are going to use the kind of an uh, added parameter over here. So we are going to run the ls hyphen la. So a is for the hidden files, where all the hidden files and folders which is starting up, because in linux the hidden files and folders are starting up with a dot over here. So that's what we will be able to get over here in this one, that yes, these are the hidden files, and we will be definitely be able to have those files and folders here. Now maybe these are the hidden files, we don't have to use them, we don't have to like refer that, but still it's like something which is very very important for us over here. And right now, if you see the output over here, so it's like all randomly available. So some values are available in the top, some values are available in the top. So there is no like a proper format here. But we really wanted to have the files listed down in such a way that we will be able to know like which one we modified recently, which one we have modified quite long, quite back. So we need that kind of inflexibility on this one, so that we can see like how these implementations are going to be like performed here. So we have to do that. We have to like perform those kind of functionalities here, right? And again, if we talk about the different implementations, so I mean, I need to sort it out there. So I need to go and like sort this value here. So I'm going to say that yes, like T, which is going to give me a listing on the basis of the timestamp. Like, because again, you can see like there are some files which is of 2019, which is like coming in between, and there are some files coming up in the top. So we don't have a proper order like how these files are really stored there. So we need a proper order, and for that, what we can do is we can give like a T over here. So with which what will happen that the files are really going to be sorted out in a specific order here. So you can see like the like the files are printed up, like the latest files are available in the top and the oldest files are available in the bottom here. So we will be able to have that kind of in like a options here. This is the way that how these things are going to be working out. But again, if you get the latest files in the top and if multiple files are there, it becomes very difficult for you to do any kind of in processing. So that's going to be a big problem here. So if you go ahead and do the R over here, so what will happen that you will be able to do a reverse order. So now you will be able to see all the files which is like available, or the hidden files, in the reverse order. So the latest file is always available in the bottom and the oldest files are available in the top here. So we have these two kind of in functionalities and options which is really going to be present here. So that's a way that how these things goes on.
Excuse me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Is this total 56?
That's a total all like the kind of in files which is available in current folders, or like subfolders, or like different locations there. So it's a count which keeps on changing, right? Depends on the folders. Sometimes you will get a different value, sometimes you will get a different values there. But we will be talking about a different commands also, and we are going to see that how using that we can list that what are different files and folders are present there. So we'll talk about those commands also. But yes, definitely the thing is that when you run this command, so it calculates like on overall like what's available in the current and the subdirectories here.
And why are some highlighted in blue? Like,
The blue ones is directory. So I mean, I will talk about the permissions and all that stuff in detail with you now. So but yes, it's like uh, there is a specific meaning to that. So I'll talk about that part.
sure, thank you.
Okay, now so what's the next thing the next thing which we are going to do is like we are going to talk about that how the executions are really going to be done, going to be performed here, and we can take care of those kind of in like a setup. So, couple of things we have to keep in mind. Because again, when we are in stable ART, so exactly is the value or how we can say that each and every guys, please mute yourself. So we definitely need to understand that each and every value, what's the meaning of that? When I run like lsif and lrt command over here, so there must be some meaning of each and every value, right? So we should be having that part. So there are like multiple columns which is available there. So what exactly is the meaning of these different values as such? So it's a very important stuff to be considered because according to that we have to see like how the things are really going to be generated here. Now here, just analyze this one. So very first one is this one belongs or decodes as permissions. Permissions is very important. Who is going to have read permissions, who is going to have write permissions, who is going to work on that. So we have certain permissions which is going to be present over here, right? We will be having those kind of like values. The second section is something which is representing up the if it's an individual file, that's great. But if internally it's like we have some like folders present, so we can do that. For example, these folders are having like 3 files present specifically, right? So internally they are going to be present there, so we have that kind of in like a value over here in this one. And then of course um, you have the permissions like who is going to own up the files, right? So right now we are connected up with the root, so whatever the files we are going to create, so that's going to be going to be generated with the root user only. So that's one thing which is really going to be generated here, like we will be able to have that kind of in like a options. And then we have the kind of in this is practically going to show me that the size of the file or a folder, it's again going to be in bytes, right? So we can calculate it up according to that. But yes, this is definitely going to see like how the implementations are really going to be generated here. Like we are practically going to go and provide the size of the files or the folders like on this particular machine here, right? So definitely that's what we will be able to get it up over here in this one. Then you have the file stem. You can see like the month, the day and year. If it's like it's going to be in 2013 23, so it's going to be available like that. If current files are there, so that will be like going to be listed down with a particular timestamp here. So according to that we are going to get these different kind of like values here, that how these executions are really going to be done. and then according to that we will be able to get those kind of an attributes here. So that's a kind of in way out it how these things are going to be generated. So and ultimately at last we have the files or folders present, so we can have this kind of incomplete output over here in this one. So complete details is what we will be able to see, like how these implementations are really going to be generated, and we can take care of those kind of in like a values here.
And why that root display twice in the column?
Which one?
Root, why
The
twice?
first one is the permissions, the owner of the file, and the second permission is around the like group there. So I'll talk about completely on that, and I'll explain you that how those things works, because ultimately first you have a kind of in the user permissions, that who is the user or the owner of the file, and the second one is the group details, because in a certain group you will be having like multiple users, so those users are going to have a collective access to those files. So we have those permissions and those customizations, and then according to that it's really going to work for us, so we will be able to get that value here.
Okay, I mean you're this one, right? Root, which is displaying twice. You're talking about that one, right?
Exactly. So right now it's like completely owned by the root is the user also, and then
Okay.
need to run the id command, right? So right now you are available as a root user, and there is a
Okay.
group also associated with this one as a root there. Now if you
Uh-huh.
go and put multiple users in the root group, then they all
Okay.
will be having the access with the with that particular group there. So whatever the permissions you have assigned to that group, so the different users in that group will have the access to that particular options here. So that's how the implementations are really going to be generated here.
Okay. The second column is the group permission. First is the owner of the file. Huh?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Like, why are first two files in the timestamp showing year and the next time?
They are like from previous years, right? So that's why they are like showing the files like that. But all the files which is available in the in the current year, so they will be like listed down as, like, for example, January files are shown over there, February files, March files are there. But because there is no value for year, right? So year value is not there, year details are not there. So that's why you will not be able to get that option. So only when you have when you have an old years, so they are going to be listed over there. So the current year of files are always going to be shown with the proper month, date, and time.
So 1010 doesn't show AM or PM, right? So 1010 is like,
It's a 24-hour format, no? So
okay,
Linux follows the 24-hour format. So you can see like some timestamps are shown up as a 24-hour format in the bottom.
yeah, okay, thank you.
All right, perfect. So let's see. So let's try to create some kind of an tar file here, because we were creating up the files. So now since the files are created, so we'll talk about the permissions and all that stuff. There are like a couple of commands associated to that. But let's create some archive files, and let's see how this really goes. And like I told you that you can go and perform the zip file also. That's also like something we can do. But again, the thing is that the zip file is something which is supported like by default it's supported on Linux also. But again, in Linux, tar file is something which is like kind of in more like a platform here. So that's going to make more sense that how the things are going to be generated. So that's what we will be generated here. All right, perfect. Yeah, and that's it. So tar is an inbuilt command. See here. So what I have done is like I have created up a command like tar hyphen cvf. C is like because I wanted to create a tar file. V is for verbose because I wanted to get the verbose output here, right? And F is for forcefully that I wanted to create a particular tar file forcefully over here. And this is the file name. So archive.tar is the file name over here. And these are the two files. Like I wanted to go and package two files in part of a particular tar file here. So that's what we really wanted to do. And this is the kind of an implementations which we are trying to consider here so that we will be able to see like how these implementations are really going to be generated here. So that's a kind of a value which we have to talk about over here in this one, and then we can take care of those kind of like a values here. So different implementations and setups is what we will be able to get over here so that we can take care of those kind of like a functionalities here.
Okay, we can give wildcard also, right? Wildcard like star.
Oh, yeah, wildcard is also there. That's also like something we can try out, and we can see that how these things goes by there.
So if I give star, then it will archive all the files within that current directory, right?
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
Right. We can go and we can use the wildcard characters for sure. We can do a like star.txt. That's also like something we can do. I mean, we can do that. For example,
And one thing, what will we do? We option, I understand.
like this one. So we are definitely going to do that. We are going to create the txt file here. That's what we are trying to perform. And like what will happen that it's going to pick up that file there, right? So because it's like definitely going to help me to go for the processing. So whatever the files are present, it's going to be archived there. So you have to like sorry, I have to like star.txt. So you will be able to have that options here. See? So a static symbol is also possible. You can do that. And like we can have multiple files like comma separated values we can go and we can provide that these are the different values we can go and we can take care of those kind of like functionalities and the implementations. So that's the way that how these things goes. So this is a very important stuff because again using the tar command we will be able to have a kind of a better implementations like a better configurations and changes is what we can go and we can do here. So that's the way that how these processing is going to be generated.
So tar is used to create an archive file, right?
Yeah.
And CVF, I mean, what does it mean? CVF.
So C is for creating the tar file, right? V is for verbose output, like whatever the archive file you're creating. So V is going to help me. It's a kind of a verbose output which we will be able to get here. And F is like something which is going to be a kind of an forceful creation of the archive file here. So that's what we are trying to perform, and we are going to take care of those things there.
So archive tar is the file that you are creating.
That's a custom name, no? So we can give any name of your choice. Like if you want, like you can give it like logs.tar or like maybe any name you want. You can go and you can provide it up over there.
And these txt files get archived, Okay.
Yes, because that's a kind of an like a files path we are providing. That those are the ones which we require here.
Okay. Okay.
Like tar is a folder where we'll add two files, readme and document, right?
No, it's not a correct thing. Tar, this archive.tar file is nothing but a kind of an archive file in which we are trying to store two different text files here. Because whatever
Thing
the
is
values we
included
provide,
Linux.
values we give.
Everything, even your storage also.
Guys, please mute yourself once you ask your question because I mean, like, I'm not sure like if anyone like understood my answer because there was a background noise. So what I was trying to say is that the tar archive.tar file is nothing but a kind of an like a archive file which is available there, and definitely we archived to like multiple text files because I did like star.txt. So that's like something which we will be going to have those options there.
Hello, sir. Sir, can you please do that PWD once? Uh, so just to see that, ls hyphen lrta, whatever command you write, right? And then archive.tar. So first of all, it will list down the files, and the listed files will be get archived, right?
Yeah, definitely. No, it's not like that. When you're creating up an archive file, you're giving the the details because you're giving like star.txt. So when you give that star.txt, so you are trying to specify that whatever the text files are there, so we wanted to go and archive those there. So it depends on the pattern of the files which you're providing, because then again, using that, we are going to get those options.
Oh, okay, sir.
Anuj, hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I'm not clear about V option there. You said verbose. What exactly it will do?
because when you're creating up an archive, it's also showing you the file names, right? That these so and so files are getting archived. So if you don't give the V option, just try the command and you will see like your output is not going to show you that what files are really archived here.
Oh, got it. Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Anuj, means whenever we have to archive more than one file, so that time we will use star, right?
Star or whatever the file patterns you wish like you wanted to use, you can go with that part. It's completely up to you like how you wanted to go for those things, because it's like depending on your functionality there.
Means another symbol also we can use,
Static is the most common like wildcard character which is available there, and we can go for that. And like we have that kind of an like functionalities here.
Oh,
Star is used like when we want to archive all the files in the directory, right?
Exactly. I mean, if you simply do like star, so all the files will be picked up. Right now, I just went on and said like star.txt because only the text files is what I wanted to archive it up into my particular tar file here. So that's what we have done here.
Got it. Thank you.
Great. Now let's talk the commands we'll talk about tomorrow, right? And just keep an hold of this platform. So step by step, we will be learning the commands there. So 2 days we will be going for the particular Linux commands, and then we will be moving on with the shell scripting. So we'll like talk about the shell scripting. Now again in the shell scripting, the same Linux commands will be utilized. So whatever the commands we do, just have a quick revision on them. And if you have any kind of doubts and questions, we can definitely talk about that stuff in the next session. So when you come back, you can have the doubts clarified, and we can see those things there. So that's the way like how this is going to be done. So we'll talk about the commands tomorrow, like in the same way manner, and we'll see how this works.
Excuse me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently using my Windows, so I have not installed any Ubuntu or anything. So like, what should I install?
Um, I mean, like, you have not got the Ubuntu subsystem installed?
Sorry?
You don't have got the like a Ubuntu subsystem installed
Oh
into
no,
your.
no.
No, you have to do that. Then only you will be getting that option.
I can directly download Ubuntu and install it, and I can do that, right?
No, it's a Ubuntu subsystem, so you have to get the particular steps like that. So you have to like we follow the steps now. So you have not done those steps.
No. Like, which step are you talking about?
One second, let me share these things. You don't have a Linux machine also with you, like a Linux machine or watching machine or something like that, or Mac system or something.
No.
One second.
Anuj, sorry to interrupt. I just wanna. I'm not getting the series that you have first here. You showed, tar CVF. You created an archive file under which a text file has been archived, right? Then you did lslart archive tar. So it will show the details of archive tar, right?
Yep.
Then you are doing tar cvf star.txt, and it is showing only readme.txt, and lart archive dot tar star txt. So it is showing the details of all the files which has been archived. I'm not getting. How, what exactly? How it is. Can you just brief me a bit
Tell me
on
only
this?
one tell me command by command. Which command you have doubt first?
Here, small differences are there, but
No,
results
just
are.
let me know. Let me know the command one by one. I'll explain that part. Let's
I
not confuse it further.
See, first you created CVF, a tar CVF archive tar. That I got. That archive tar is a
You
file
got this
created.
understanding? What exactly this is doing? So guys, here the V option is the one due to which you are able to get the option here. If you don't give the V option, and you see, if you have the doubts and all right, so try to give the remove the parameters and see that how it happens. Like what will happen over here. So you can see like if I'm not giving the V option, so like technically I'm not getting any of those options here. Like it's not going to give me any kind of an verbose output as such over here in this one. So that's like the value which is going to be listed on here, right? And again, when you like because technically the text files, readme.txt file and the read document.txt file is part of the archive.tar file here. And if you do like LSF and LRT, of course, the archive.tar file will also be visible to you. And you will be having the, readme.txt file and the document.txt file. These files will also be present over here. So the main command is like tar cvf.
Okay, okay. Yeah, now I'm getting that, you will where you have put only archive.tar, it has shown the details of only archive file that created, and wherever star.txt, it has also added the details of the file which has been archived.
Yep.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I got.
Yeah,
Hel-
Anuj, I have also doubt here on the same page. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So as we have run archive.tar asterisk.txt, that is showing only, as you said, that is only showing the archive file. But I have couple of more files, and when I run this command, I got those files as well in this result.
See, if multiple text files are there, so they will be picked up. Huh? So it's a simple fact. If you have a five text files, they will be picking up, and you're doing like star.txt, so five txt files will be picked up. In my case, I was having just two txt files, so it got picked up only two files there. So
Okay.
whatever the files are going to be present, whatever the like whether it's CSV files, text files, or like images or any of those things, they will be picked up and added up to your tar file. So it depends on the
Okay.
pattern you're giving. So if you give like stars, so maybe like not only the text files but all the other files will also be picked up there. So that's how it works.
Hello, sir.
Uh-huh.
Sir, so at the beginning, you showed that Git repository, right? From where you were showing this Git command, sorry, this Linux command, top 50 Linux commands, right? So, like throughout this course, we are going to follow that Git repo, or uh, for each module we will be
I
having
just shared
different.
it up that link for downloading the document. That's it. Nothing
Okay,
more.
okay. Oh, okay, 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 sir. Okay, 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 sir.
Great. Perfect. So let's meet guys tomorrow. Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, bye, Anuj. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.